Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we are back with another Evo video. Today we are going to be doing a couple of things. So the first thing we're going to be doing is installing this lip kit that we got here from Project Aero, and it's a pretty cool kit. It's specific for the TME. It has the front lip, rear spats, and the side skirt extensions. So we're gonna be installing that on the Evo. Before we install it, we are gonna wrap them in carbon fiber just to make them look a little bit nicer and also protect them from the sun so they don't fade and whatnot. We're also gonna use the carbon fiber to wrap a couple other things in the car as well. We also have this hood insulator, which I ordered a couple weeks ago. So we're finally gonna go ahead and put this on. So the goal is to take the other one out, replace it with this one. We're gonna clean the hood the best we can from the bottom. And then I also want to remove these pieces here and see if I can sand them down and paint them. I'm also gonna try and paint the mesh in black. So yeah, that's gonna give us a couple things to do for this video. We're gonna go ahead and get started and see how much of it we can get done. If we do finish everything, there's a couple other maintenance parts that I have laying around, so we might go ahead and do that in this video as well. So let's get started. All right, guys, so here's a better look at that lip kit. It's pretty cool. They have everything stamped. So I guess the side skirts, they're the same for the Evo 5.6 and 6.5. Rear spats, also the same for all three. And then the front lip, it actually says Evo 6.5. So that's the only difference there for the TME, just the front lip. And yeah, everything looks good. Like I said, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it and see how it looks. All right, guys, so we got all the pieces here wrapped in carbon fiber. They turned out pretty good. So yeah, gives it a little bit of a better look, and also it's gonna protect it from the sun, especially here in Arizona. So we're gonna go ahead and start putting these on. We'll start with the front lip and go from there, and we'll see how it looks. All right, guys, so we are done installing the lip kit, and it turned out pretty good. Here's the front lip. Side skirts, and you guys can tell the carbon fiber, it actually looks pretty good on this. Like I said before, this is a Project Aero kit. I think they're based out of Australia, and I will say this stuff is pretty high quality. I had no issues installing it. Everything comes pre-drilled, so you have all the mounting points. And like I said, it was very easy to install. They recommend you take off the front bumper and the side skirts. I ended up installing the front lip with the bumper on, so it is doable. Obviously, for the side skirts, you do have to take those off. And then the rear spats, you can just do them without removing anything. But yeah, I mean, it looks great. Definitely gives it a nicer look for sure. camera doesn't really do it justice, but here where the sun hits it, it looks really good. Really hard to tell that it's wrapped and not real carbon fiber. We also went ahead and wrapped this little piece right here in carbon fiber. Just a little extra piece. Gives it a nice look. So yeah, up next we're gonna go ahead and install this hood insulator. We're gonna clean up the hood, try to take out these mesh pieces, sand them down, paint them. And yeah, that'll probably be it for this video. So let's go ahead and get started with that. All right guys, so we're gonna get started on this. Here is what the factory hood insulator looks like. We're gonna go ahead and remove all these clips, get this one off, and then I want to see if I can get the mesh pieces off, and then we'll go ahead and get that sanded down, painted, put that back on. We'll go ahead and clean the hood, and then we can put the new insulator back on. All right, so we got the insulator off, and as you guys can tell, it's pretty worn out. I mean, this is probably the factory one. So yeah, it's pretty beat up. And then here's what the bottom part of the hood looks like. It's not too bad. I thought it was gonna be worse than this, but it's not bad. So we're gonna try to get the mesh pieces off next. All right, so we got the vents removed. And yeah, unfortunately Mitsubishi doesn't make these brand new anymore. So we're gonna have to try and salvage these. All right guys, so we got the hood cleaned up the best we could. A lot of the stuff is pretty caked on there. So some parts I couldn't really get it, but it looks a lot better. Next we're gonna go ahead and get the mesh pieces painted, and then we'll go ahead and put everything back together. All right guys, so we got the vents painted. They came out pretty good. They look way better than they did before. We were able to sand them down, get all the rust taken off. And yeah, we just painted them with some high temp black spray paint. All right guys, so we're done installing the insulator and the vents, and it turned out pretty good. We got the hood cleaned up as well. Again, best we could. There was some spots we couldn't really get into, but it turned out pretty good. It was pretty dirty before, so I'm pretty happy with what we got here. All right, here's what they look like from the outside. And yeah, compared to what was on there before, I mean, massive difference. Yeah, I'm super happy with it. It turned out great. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much gonna be it for this video. The car is definitely coming together. There's only a couple more things that I want to do to the outside, and then after that we can start doing some mods to the engine, and then a couple of things I want to do to the interior. Nothing crazy. Like always, if you guys could like, share, and subscribe, I would appreciate it. And I will see you guys on the next video.